was. I had no idea. And this is pre-Instagram, guys. This is like, right? So I met you, like, meet her at the show. I didn't have anything to lose. So I met her at the show. It was at, this is when Brian Parker still at the tent. And she was like, hey, listen, are you going to be in Italy for the Italian shows after the show was done? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. Mind you, I had no knowledge of like how to get, I didn't have a passport. I didn't have really get to Italy, but I found like when you're trying to do something, everything conspires to help you with the universe or from a believer. So a friend of mine he was doing an internship at Goldman Sachs in Milan, which just happens to be here in Milan Fashion Week. Like, how's that happen? I spent the night on the couch and I went to do shows, and then she took me, to Dolce & Prada, and then I did the rest of those seasons with her. I met Charlotte Tilbury. She was more my speed. Charlotte, she's been a mentor, still is to this day. Passing school, but it was just too competitive in the sense where people were willing to hurt each other to get her attention, and that's just not my style, So I went to Charlotte. Charlotte introduced me to Beyonce at Tom Ford's first show in 2010, backstage, and that was the moment. And then things just started happening, and then L'Oreal came about later, and a couple contracts, and then tours and albums, and I'm here for you guys. So that's like the drive-by version. But any questions you guys have? This letter. What's up, Ed?
All right.
What's your name?
Sharice. Gonna get right into makeup application.
Okay.
When you have 15 minutes to do makeup, how do you approach that? What's your strategy, and what do you focus on? Like, what takes the most time? Is it the foundation, the eyes?
If I have 15 minutes, which is often, so often. There's so many times, like, my client, everyone thinks you always have an hour, or like,
What are you talking about?
If you're fast, in this business, speed is currency. So you're working more when you're good and quick. So she'll come to me, like, Beyonce, whatever, say, hey, listen, she spent longer getting food or color in her hair because she knows I'm going to be quick. So I'll concentrate on eyes first. For me, eyes are just important. But if we are really, really in a hurry, there's no time, and I'm trying to punish the client for give me no time, I'm just going to do a lip and no eyes. So naked eyes, do a statement lip line all over the lip, like a map, some kind of statement there. So when you see women walking down the street and they have a statement lip, you don't necessarily know that they were at the time. They could have been an intentional inspiration or their aesthetic for that day. So do my statement lip, do some quick contouring, on the cheekbones, slightly on the center of the nose, bronze up the temples, the jawline, and then do the eyes naked in a way, or just a bit of mascara, or maybe gloss and a balm something on the eyes. But eyes should go on the table on the symmetry is key with eyes. So that is going to be something that I'm going to say you need 20 minutes more. Hey, what's up?
Hi. When it comes to
I'm sorry. Was that how we were doing that thing? Or were we okay? Okay, but I don't do it this way either.
When it comes to deciding the look, whether it's editorial, red carpet, a grand performance, how does it happen? Like, do you talk to creative directors? Do you talk to the artist? Do you talk to the stylist? Like, how does the look come to fruition?
So that's a really good question. And so many times, as a hairstylist or as a makeup artist, you say, I'm packing my bag today because I want, Laura to notice what I'm doing. But it's not always about, even though you might be a great hairstylist and a great makeup artist, it's really about the project. It's really about the artist or what she's trying to convey. So, like, there's so many times I really wanted to do more. Like, for example, I'll give you a really good example. When we did the Beyonce album, I wanted to do more because I was following a really great makeup artist. Her name's Francesca Tulo, so I'm not sure if you guys know. Francesca is like legendary. So I'm like, how am I going to come behind this lady and do anything that's going to be impactful? So I thought I had to, I wanted a moment, like a beauty moment, but the album was not about that. So I'm like, I'm not going to be her. She's the person who did, like, Elizabeth Taylor Diamond's created that. Her career is really one to watch in terms of like the archive work she had. So the only thing I can do is be myself. So if I'm effectively in my lane and I'm being true to my RGB here, I need to marinate in that area. And if you're really being authentic to yourself, you'll really have no competition. And I know that sounds crazy, and everything, but it's really the opposite. If you're really effectively giving yourself your all, and anniversary what we did from last year, and not looking at anyone else's pot, but to love what's right, to be really successful. Especially with social media, you have these influences or you hear all this noise every day. Every editor, or every model, or whatever, you see every job that went to everyone, you get like like what's happening, but turn it off. Don't follow other makeup artists. If that makes you feel better, or follow other hairstylists. Just be true to your own voice, you know? But to answer your question, it is a collaborative effort at times. And sometimes it's not collaborative. Sometimes it's like, hey, this is the look for the movie. Or sometimes you go into, you know, I was on a job for Glamour recently. The fashion director was very much like, I just want lip balm and moisturizer, that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, she needs a little something, you know? So, and in those types, you have to know when to fight for it. You have to know when to say, okay, this won't read well, and I have a job to do. But then you have to say, you know, okay, this is not about me, this is about the overall look. For example, when we did the Grammys, I mean, I got a directive that was like, look, you know, and all these references, and the only thing you can do is take some of that and hopefully you'll have, you know, it's also good to go to a museum. It's good to go to have something to add to the conversation or have a reference that they don't have, you know, to say, actually, you know, why don't you pull on this from the Byzantine era or this or that, but all that happens with your own personal knowledge. So it's great to be a makeup artist, but learning from other makeup artists is not always the key. I think you should also learn from culture or society or learn about history, you know, because it makes you more impactful in general. Sorry.
And have you thought of them? Do you have a 7-year plan? Do you know, like, long-range planning? So do you have a 7-year plan or a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan? Like, where do you see your career going? Because, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, that's such a good question. And I'm going to be honest, every person who's working today, doesn't matter if they're really, really big or if they're on their way up, we always have to reevaluate that conversation yearly because the atmosphere changes every year. So if you look at the last 2 years, it's a completely different dynamic in terms of social engagements and all these other things. So I could have had a 5-year plan 2 years ago and it would have drastically changed now. So my 5-year plan, it's changing so much that I'm trying to, well, for me, products, I'm with L'Oreal now, but products would be, but I try not to give myself hard dates because the business is so fluid and like things are changing, and then I'll pick up a project that lasts 7 months, and then I'm looking at my timeline and I'm so far behind to be able to myself. So I try to be as flexible with my own planning, my own timeline, and don't work on anyone else's. So don't let someone else's standard of how long it takes you to get to where you want to be a determinant factor. You should keep going out every day and doing your thing or give up. Yeah, so, and I have some good news, speaking of that, it's a 5-year plan. So, but when I say, you know, how some things just get thrown in the mix. So I'm going on about my life, you know, with this, Sarah Brown, who used to be a beauty director of Vogue for a long time. She's like, hey, Sir John, this is one of the Oscars. She's like, I have some good news. I want you to meet with me and have something I want to talk to you about. So she says, hey, listen, there's going to be a show in the fall. It's called American Beauty Star. It's Adrienne Lima's the host. And we want you to be a judge, or like the Tim Gunn role, which is the mentor role. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay, you know, I take it with a grain of salt, whatever. And so I say yes. So basically, I'm doing a show. It's filming it in June. It's called So It'll Be a Lifetime. Following Project Runway. It's called American Beauty Star. So Adrienne Lima from Victoria's Secret, she's the host. Sarah Brown, the judge. I'm the mentor / Tim Gunn, and the producer on the show. So for me, it was really important to. I don't want to just do a show. I want it to be one of the people who are in the acting process and all that kind of stuff to make it authentic to the business. So I mean, just making sure that you do stuff that is a personal win for yourself, you know? So for me, it was more about, I'd rather be a producer than a star on a show.
Right.
And that completely changed the makeup of my year. So in this business, there's no way to just have hard lines because you're just going in and you're like, you're rolling with the punches, but that's the beauty of it, you know?
Oh, I guess it's me.
Hey. I'll see you back.
She has the baton.
Just to jump back to makeup, and I wanted to know, do you have any tips on how you can maximize your time when you have limited time?
Yeah, that's a good question too. Yeah, maximizing your time. So it is about, it's when the clock starts when your girl sits down. But then sometimes not always, because sometimes, you know, I'll have a girl sit down and she's like, oh, can you take my color a little lighter? And I'm like, girl, don't you know you have to be on stage for 30 minutes? And this is turning into my time, so I'll have a panic attack in the corner because I know I'll have, in the end, they're only looking at the makeup artist or the hairstylist, because you're the person she's supposed to be, no matter what happened before, we're the gatekeepers at the end, you know, in terms of timing. So if I were you, I would learn to work on other things. So if, for example, someone's doing hair, the hairstylist and the makeup artist, you guys should be one person. There's a harmony and a marriage that has to happen, and if it does not happen, you guys fail. And the client fails too. So, for example, if you don't get along with the hairstylist, if you don't get along with the makeup artist, if you don't, the client should not feel it, should know it. It should be, she should have, if she hears about it, she should be shocked. Because in fact, that's where your professionalism kicks in. It's not your job to be friends or talk and chat. It's your job to work in a way where you lift this person up. So if that means while this person is, and sometimes it's a tug of war. It's it's not always pretty behind the scenes of that area. But you're looking like, okay, they're doing around her hairline or they're straightening her hair here. I'm going to work on the lips or contouring the cheeks or something else, doing the nose. But when I get into the eye area, only time I put my foot down is when I get into the eye area and I'm working with liners, individual lashes, then I get big aggressive eye contact, like stop, we need a minute. This is my time. I'll let you do whatever you need to do, pull ponytails and everything, but when I get into the eyes, this is the time, and they should literally allow you to do that. Because it is a harmony, you guys are family at that point. And so any hairstylist or makeup artist who happens to, any hairstylist or makeup artist who happens to not give you that or take note, but you're learning from those circumstances, but it's your job to be professional, and 9 times out of 10, if you are the newest hire, you're the first to go. So if she has a hairstylist she's loved for 8, 9, 10 years, and you come along, it doesn't serve you to complain to her, or you just gotta make it work, and you have to do your best, because when you're the new guy, you are the first to be eliminated, I hate to say it. All right, cool. Hey, what's up? What's your name?
Lulu.
Lulu?
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Oh. I see you struggling.
You good with that?
We do have a handheld.
Yes, we do.
As you mentioned, as a firm believer of the universe and asking how far we came from, I'm originally from Israel, and I followed my dream as a makeup artist and arrived in New York. So coming to this moment and asking every day how to seize opportunity, I have to ask the question of how do you choose assistants? I'm sure wondering minds want to know.
Yeah, choose assistants. I look choose assistants. I look for what I was as an assistant. So I have like a serious military background. Everyone in my family from the Marines, Navy, Air Force. So I come through a lot of structure, regiment, and work ethic. And also, I'd say sometimes millennials aren't the most, they don't want to work for it all the time. So I like old school mentality where if we're in a pinch, you see your sister, I need to go get something. If you're walking, that's the first sign of not taking that person back. Because when I was an assistant, I ran. That sense of urgency, it doesn't mean, you don't want to boss anyone around. It's not about that. You should never. So I went from working at, like, Artesino and assistant in Charlotte Silver during the day, and making $50, and then it was like, you know what? So I went to a strip club and started working as a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And then a strip club doing like girls like 20, 30 girls a night. And that's how I got really quick. But I needed cash, and so you have to have that work ethic of like, I need to make this work and balance this out. But to answer your question again, it's going to be a sense of urgency, a sense of you should have something that they don't have. For example, I was able to read Charlotte's mind before. I knew what she was going to grab before she went for it. So I'm there, but as she's doing eyes, I'm already there with the Q-tip, with eye makeup remover, because I know she's going to go to that next. As she's reaching back, I already have the lash curler in my hand, because I'm 2 steps ahead of her. But also, it makes you so much more impactful as an artist later, when you have all these things and you're able to go there quickly, So it's just more or less about, if I'm going to be, because as an assistant, they want you to sort of fade into the background, like especially in fashion, or you have to dumb yourself down a lot of times. And also, if you're a person of color, I hate to say this, the chances are you're even more marginalized, and especially being a woman as well, So what you want to do, I was going to be the most impactful from the background. I'm going to make sure that I create a need for myself. If you create a need for yourself, you'll never not work, Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Well, I just really wanted to take this moment to thank you for 13 years ago when, I'm sorry to just put up everyone and I might cry, but like when I moved here from California, and I don't know if you remember that day, my first day, I was like on the verge of tears because it was such a weird, different feeling in New York, and I was very green. It was like, and you just looked at me and you're like, do you need a hug? And I just broke down, and I'll never forget that. And when I saw...
23, you guys.
Yeah.
35 right now.
I mean, that dates me, so but I'll never forget that, and of course, just the way you inspired the whole counter, and at our little baby Gloomy Soho counter, and like, he saw a bald head, he would draw on it, and he took shroom away from me, no more frosty highlight. But I just want to thank you because I never forgot that kindness. And so when I saw you with Beyonce, I was just like, you deserve everything and more. And I'm just so proud of you. And you're a testament to what goes around comes around. And I'm just so proud of you. And thank you for that. So everybody be nice. I don't know, okay. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Aina Lee. I'm a makeup artist in New York City. And
You have a radio voice.
I wanted to know how you handle criticism, particularly criticism within the makeup artist community, because you can almost be on Facebook and you know, it's happened to everybody. There's been like an unflattering red carpet pic, and somebody just tears people apart for it. How do you handle
So I hate to keep talking about one client, but like a lot of stuff happened with her. So, for example, Beyonce's last year I met, right? So Ricardo Tisci, who's the designer for Mua'S, she sent me some pictures. Like he came to the house, we were all doing things. He's like, hey, I think you should do this, which is like this shadow all the way up to the leg. It was very much like Kate Moss and Tom Gucci, those days, you know. So I'm like, okay, it was really editorial. So we did it, you know, and she liked it, I loved it. And when she walked out, the daylight red carpet photos are always different than the nighttime. The nighttime you get the flash, you get the crowns, you see it all, you know, but daylight, no one really looks beautiful when they're shy in the daylight carpet, you know. So, long story short, I'll take it, responsibility, and maybe it wasn't one of my best. I don't know. I did her, and all I see is my Instagram lit up to the point where I'm just sitting there just in awe of it. People are just dragging me, you know? And I left it up, and then everyone was like, erase it or take those comments off. No, I'm gonna keep these comments on as a reminder that you never just, you know, like it's okay. Because it doesn't sway me at all. You know, we were on tour, so I saw her the next day, I'm like, hey, did you? She's like, I felt pretty. And so as long as my client felt good, I don't care what anyone else. But the thing, there's also opportunity for growth in those moments, you know. So some beehive attacked me, they're like, we need to find him. really came for me, guys. I have to throw logs in there. But can I tell you the truth? The truth is that criticism and compliments come from the same place. So if someone is, you know, when you see, you know, people gassing on Instagram, yes, and all that, it's all the same. So if, you know, and you have to realize that you shouldn't be swayed by either. You shouldn't get puffed up by compliments. They're great. It feels nice to have a compliment, but it shouldn't move the needle inside emotionally. Or should criticism. Criticism can come from someone who's had a bad day. And it can have nothing to do with you, and they just feel like, I'm gonna rip this apart because, you know, my man is not really, you know, getting along with me right now, or my kids are getting on my nerves, whatever that may be. And then you take it as an artist, and you're emotionally broken as you leave that encounter or that. And I've learned that this has nothing to do with me. This is your shit. Like, this has nothing to do with me. So don't allow criticism or compliments. Don't let it go away. Hey, what's up?
Hi, my name is Mel.
Mel, what's up? Can you guys hear me on the mic?
Yeah. Okay, so overall, as you say, the universe, do you think that this career chose you as opposed to you choosing it? Because, like, I listened to everything that you said, and, like, you said you did visual motion as an and I'm also, I go to Parsons, and I actually went to the academy also, but I ended up getting into makeup, like, through somebody, and I love it. So, like, that's what I was trying, I kind of connected when you said that, so I'm trying to think, like.
So did you choose me?
Did they choose you? Yeah.
Honestly, it did. You know, the first time I did makeup for someone, I didn't know I was an artist, but I didn't like. I was at a photo shoot for a model, it was a catalog model in Atlanta. Like it wasn't like she was like, hey, listen, I need to do a face and makeup artist cancel. So I sort of pieced together what she had in her bag, and it was like, oh, this is painting. This is cool, you know. And the photographer said, hey, listen, I'll give you $250 if you can come back next Saturday and do the same thing for someone else. And I didn't know it was a job, you know. So it was literally accidental that I fell into it, and I left. You know, like I told you, I went to, and then I fell into it. It kept coming back to me. So I'm just a huge believer in vibrational alignment. If you are, whatever, if you can look at people who are always talking about I'm sick and I'm tired, I'm sick and broke, they'll always do that. So whatever you get emotional attention on is going to be your reality. And you can't, as long as you stay in alignment with what you want, and I know it could be a cup of coffee, it could be a parking spot, but it'll come, you know? Hey, what's up?
Hello, I'm Gia from New York City. Yes.
Gio? What's up, Gio?
So my question is about agents and agencies, and I feel like I've been doing makeup and I'm a makeup and hairstylist for about 10 years now, and I've reached to a level where I feel like, oh, I should be able to get an agency, an agent, and I submitted, and I've gone on tour with artists, and I felt like I've reached that next level, but I still don't get any response from agents. So am I submitting the wrong things, or they go, I love you, but we don't have room for on our roster.
Okay.
So how can I break through that next wall? Or am I doing fine because I'm getting work, going on tour, and I don't need an agent?
That's the key. That's the key. That's the key. Church.
I want to be able to get to that, maybe jobs that I wouldn't be able to even hear about. So, you know?
Yeah. So what's your name again?
Gio.
Gio. So this is the thing. When we all come from an era of like the agencies were like on Mount Olympus, Greek gods, where we had to, you know, we need an agent. That's the gateway. Without an agent, you don't have no career. Without an agent, you won't get editorials, or you're supposed to guide your career, make your impact. I was at Streeters. My first agency was Streeters, same agency as Copyright, which is great. But I made my career. Like, they answer the phones. No shade, and I love them to death, but I'll say this, that and the thing about it is that we owe so much power to agencies, and agencies are losing their footing right now because the business is shifting and changing. So
that's what,
like, they came to, like, I got Streeters said, hey, listen, do you want to come and have a conversation with us? When I had a contract and a tour and all this kind of stuff. So you keep working. And a lot of people, we look at people in fashion, we look at people who are doing the glossy editorials and the covers, but that area is such a small area of the business. It's such a marginal piece that we all want so bad. And I was brainwashed for so long to think that I need to have a new cover come out every month, or I need a campaign, or I need, like, these people in fashion, which is it's a very beautiful place and it's a nice place, but they hire the same people over and over again. If you're not from London, if you don't know the art director from this place, or if you had a party with his daughter, it's a very, it's a cool kids club. But what I say is that there's 80% of the business that's outside of that. So I was like, Streeters, my problem there was, why do I have to go on sets and shrink myself for a fashion director I'm not kissing anyone's ass for a job, So when I took hold of my career and realized that, I don't need this to make me impactful, I'm gonna go, like my mother always said, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. So I'm not gonna go into an area that I'm on set, but I know they're not really happy about having me on set here because they want their friend to get the job, or I don't speak the language, I'm not French, or that kind of thing. But when I go outside of this place, after I feel so broken because I didn't fit into the cool fashion club, people know you're in Spain or whatever, you're influencing millions of women around the world. So, gain more control of your career. An agent doesn't make you. It's great to have an administrative assistant or a hook, or you can have your mom to be your agent.
She asked. She did. I can do that for you, baby.
Someone you trust, like for example, Sam Fine. Sam Fine doesn't have an agent, right? So what he does, he has someone he trusts as his manager. He trained them to negotiate rates for him. He trained them to, make sure that every job has a car or this or that. And he's built up someone who he loves and trusts, and also he's given 20% or 10% or whatever that may be to someone who cares about him.
Right.
So an agent is can I tell you the truth? Any makeup artist who's working today, in 2017, maybe 10 years ago, maybe in the 90s, it was a different game, but as of right now, an agent doesn't make or break a career at all. Like literally,
Okay.
not 1%. Not
Okay.
not
That's all I need to know.
It's good to have representation. It's good to have,
That's-
you never negotiate your own rates. You never talk money to any client ever. You always want to go to work and just be the nice guy, you know?
And that's where I am now. I'm negotiating contracts and money, and then yeah.
So even if it's your brother, as long as they have a different last name, have someone else who it will immediately change the perspective of the client has
Right.
to. And also, you won't go to work feeling some way or
Right.
feeling resentful because you didn't get your rate, feeling like, oh, they don't value me. You should
Right.
never be involved in that process. So I would stop today.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And, yeah. Sorry.
Done and done. No.
Makeup question.
I was like, you know what? It's a label and a dress.
Right.
And the reason I say that is that they're an amazing company, but we're the generation that's forward thinking. We're the generation that's brought in social media, or there's a digital aspect, and agencies are looking at you guys now and everyone else to understand that dynamic, to understand the temperature that's out there.
Right.
So I'm like, well, if I'm teaching you something like that, I'm giving you 20% of my
Hello. Right.
So you know what I did? So basically, I hired my own office. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm branding in a different way. So I'm going after like branding companies that work with athletes and things like that instead of a makeup agency, because they don't understand the way the business is shifting. And a lot of agencies who are makeup, there's a crew of people. I don't want to say crew, but there's a generation of artists like Mario, and Atkin, like all of us who we do celebrity and fashion in a sense,
Yeah.
But the thing is, which is really cool, is that no one knows how to handle this anymore. Like, an
Right.
agency is like, I'm never going to work with another company with you. So if you do work with another company, you're gone. But then these branding companies, they don't know how to handle the makeup side of it first. So I'm like, we're in a weird situation where, please can you work with this company? Because they understand contracts, they understand how to get you an endorsement or cross-branding.
Yeah.
And this is a language that they're not used to, because they're used to talking about editorial, go see this photographer, you should go see this fashion director. It's different. So trust your gut. I don't want to get long-winded, but I'm literally in that
Perfect. Perfect advice.
Business.
So you want to know, how do you stay glowing all day without looking crazy after the end of the day?
Yeah, like long walk.
So using mattifying moisturizers as primer. So mattifying moisturizer, controlling that oil production is really key. And then I'm going to make sure she's matte all over and then dewy in the right places. So, and as you do that, you want to make sure that there's not so much contrast where it looks like two different skins. So sometimes I'll see a studio fixed face and a super brilliant highlight. And it's all funny because they don't, sort of walk parallel. But it's also one of those things where you're just with your girl. Like, if you're doing a commercial or if you're doing a red carpet and I'm giving her a dewy look. Like, for example, if you look at, glossy eyes, I've been doing a lot of people, that has a shelf life of about 30 minutes without me around.
Right.
So I'm not going to put the gloss on until you're in position on the X, ready, seeing it
What
ready.
happens if you're like, I'm not at the level where my clients can hire me to go on the red carpet, it's straight up do and go.
Do and go. So if they're do and go, what you do is you start to have a relationship with their assistant, or someone who's like a handler up there to say, hey, listen, don't talk to the talent, because they're sort of in a different space. Hey, everything's set, but this is what I want you to. It's like almost like sending your kids out for lunch. This is what I want you to unpack and do this at the last minute, which you get a tiny bit of gloss right on the ball about. If you trust them. If you don't trust them, then you sort of substitute that glossy eye for a luminous creamy base or something like that, Yes, Andy?
I'm like a total fangirl right now.
You guys too. This is fun for you.
Way before Instagram, fangirl. And you're an amazing artist and a very amazing person. What I want to know is, you've been in the industry for a very long time. I've been in the industry for a very long time. What do you do on those days where you're just like, oh my God, where's my inspiration? What motivates me? What is going to keep me going?
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this for so long. No matter that you're seeing different people or you're doing things differently every day, like what really inspires you?
That's a very good question. It's also finding one thing that makes you happy. Even if, like, in a world of chaos, just finding one thing that you have to look forward to. I know it sounds crazy. Maybe that one thing could be just like, hey, I'm gonna put out a lipstick next year, and I'm just gonna collect as much data about as possible. Or something that you can, some safe place that you can emotionally go into, that you have something to look forward to. So in that way, not to get too deep, but you're starting to vibrate at a different level, and the insecurity or negativity about your off days, or have I been at home all week, or like this kind of thing, or it sort of fades. But as far as me, is the fact that in those times, I'm always working on my own projects. So have your own project, shoot your own content. Don't wait for a photographer to hire you. You don't have to test for the major somebody. Because a lot of times you do makeup or you do hair, and you're like, I capture better photos on my camera. Start to build your own content. If I can tell you anything that Beyonce told me, is to have your content is king. So if you have a portfolio, like for example, if you go to Beauty is Boring, the Instagram, Beauty is Boring, she is the master
name is
of
Robin
her
Black.
own content. The fact that she shoots all that in her home or her apartment, she's the photographer, she's the makeup artist, she's the lighting director, and she's built basically a brand and a presence that is so impactful that we go to her for inspiration. But she shoots it all herself, and she doesn't wait for someone to say yes or no, or option this or option that. No, get a model, get someone who you think has pretty eyes, get someone who you think has a great lip. And just, you know, on Instagram you see these things that are contained, and they just shoot lips or eyes, whatever. Get a beautiful lighting set situation in your home, and shoot your own stuff. Be your own, continue to, it's all about just having a voice. And so Sam Twine told me a long time ago, well, what are you trying to say? What's your point of view? So if you have a point of view, and you're expressing that to people, so there are millions of girls who want to hear your point of view because you represent millions of women. Think about it. Everyone here represents a demographic. So speak to your audience, and your audience can be 15 people this year, it can be 15 million next year. You know, it depends on if you really tap into what is your driving force behind it. But start your own business. Like I look at so many people on social media. The cool thing about social, we have time, right?
You have about half an hour.
The cool thing about social media is the fact that I look like I was saying earlier, I look at fashion, and I've said this so many times in my team role and everywhere, that there cannot be a larger gap between what's happening on social media or in the real world and what's happening editorially or what's happening in commercials. You know, there's one person is telling, this is my one point of view there. But this is so democratic. If you open your phone and you hashtag a popular lipstick shade right now, you'll see a mosaic of women from Harlem and Hong Kong, where some of them have a hijab, some of them will be from Korea getting ready for date night, and like they're all unified because of lipstick or because of a hair product. Or we've never seen that in history, ever in history. No one's even paying attention to the social aspect of it, the fact that all these people are united in search of a blush, you know. But that's inspiring me, and that's the place I wanted to be in, and not this mono area of. Because people like to hire like-minded people. So fashion is going to continue to hire people who are like the people, like themselves. This is why I think about it. This is why Trump has a cabinet full of people who are like-minded souls as well. We like-minded psychology. It makes us feel comfortable. It makes us feel better about our choices and our decisions. But I'm liking the space that's happening in social. So get in on that, you know. And this is where the money is. Like I've seen so many people who have started lipstick lines. For example, do you guys know Dose of Color? All right, so Dose of Color. Anna,
Amazing. Now? Yeah, amazing. They're doing great.
And the thing about this, these girls started I remember when Anna had like 150,000 followers, and she put out 3 or 4 lipsticks. That's how Mac started. Mac started Frank back in the day, started the same way, and Anna's went from that to putting out the liquid mattes. And then she transitioned over to, now she has a massive office in San Francisco. I'm at L'Oreal meetings, she's taking rev share away from, I love to see this kind of stuff. Like, you guys know about her? She's like, yeah, well, this is our competitor now. I'm like, wow, go her, you know? Because that speaks to the independent nature. If you don't need to wait on anybody to do anything, just, if you have people who love what you do, who love your lipstick and comment on your lipstick every day with gas or whatever it is again, you put out 6 colors. Make 6 colors or 5 colors and to see where it goes. And honestly, it can't hurt. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, it was a counselor question. I know it sounds like a lot, but brand yourselves. And you don't have to be, and the thing about it, social media saw that said you don't have to be a name. You don't have to have celebrity clients. You don't even have to be a makeup artist. You can be a beauty enthusiast.
Yeah.
Like, I went to, for example, for the show, we have a pass for the show. And so I went to these makeup artists, you know, on the popular ones on social media, we have 2 million. It is. And also, if we're not really being transparent about what's happening, none of us are growing. You know what I mean? And if we're not being transparent about, you know, this is a different generation. Like the generation before, I hate to say this, whatever, but no one's in that generation, though. But the generation, they were very much, this is my home, this is my area. You know, I can't tell you how I can't give you a phone number, I can't give you an email. Or the egos were massive, and the sharing of knowledge was minimal. But it's a different time now, you know. It's not. Social has brought everyone together in a way where if I can give you a shortcut, I'm going to give you a shortcut, and that doesn't. This is the thing. It doesn't take any. How do you say it? It doesn't take away your life by lighting the candle up. What's the yeah. You're not going to lose anything by giving someone something, because at the end of the day, I tell everyone this. So when you see competition of hair and makeup artists out there, I can give you guys, I mean, not you guys, I'm trying to say this in the best way possible, how we say it, but you can give someone the same ingredients. They're not going to make gumbo like you.
No.
But it's going to be different. So have confidence in knowing that your flavor is going to be unique to what you have, you know. But my desert island products would happen to be, it changes, because sometimes I'm running from celebrity in LA, which you have to give like full, you know, perfection, coverage and everything, and attention to detail in that way, to editorial where there's like, if you see any stitch of mascara or anything, it's a fail, you know? Yeah. So that's it. So my desert island products would have to be waterproof eyeliners, waterproof mascara. Not so much waterproof mascara. Waterproof eyeliners are amazing. I love waterproof eyeliners because I can use them with eyeshadows in a pinch. Gel pop eyeliners are the best as eyeshadows. I use those on the tour all the time. They do not crease. She dances and she sweats and they will not move. I love brows. Brows are my thing. So brows, a complexion, a waterproof eyeliner, and then possibly lip. I would not do a lip. So I would just say I want the complexion to be nice. I would want a nice brow, hopefully, and then some kind of substance in the eyes. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
So, question. Lips. I hate lips. It's just something that I don't know what it is about me and lips. I feel like women's first makeup they get when they're young is lips. So they always know the perfect lip for them, right? So, singers and lips. What do I use for that microphone?
Oh my God.
I know, right?
No one knows this, that like if you work with singers, they have the dilemma of the fact that everything rubs off the microphone.
Yes.
So only 2 products I've ever seen work, and one is Makeup Forever, the aqua color lip you guys have.
Okay.
And literally legit L'Oreal Infallible, the 2-sided one.
Really?
Yeah. That's
With the little bomb.
With the
It works so well. Really does.
It will not scrape off, scratch off.
So what if she hates stuff on her lips but wants coverage on the lips, but like hates stuff on her. She doesn't like to feel it, and so I can't use like a long wear or something.
Well, this is the thing. So.
Do I just gotta be like, no, you need to wear this?
This is the thing. Then that's when she has to trust you, and that's when you have to realize, okay, well, you don't really want this that much. You know,
right.
Like if you're gonna be on a show, if you're gonna do this for like 30 minutes, I'd rather you not have anything on than have purple lipstick here.
Right. Yeah.
Because of the microphone. So either we're gonna do tinted lip balm, and I'm gonna send you on your way. Okay. Or we're gonna do what I need you to do because this is what's best for you. And at the end of the day, they're not gonna fight you too much if they know what's best for you. If they tried it. But don't try big stuff like that for the day of show.
No.
Try stuff like that in rehearsal or in these kind of moments. No. Okay. Anyway, but now I'm like, I want it to be my job. Or like, I want to, you know, it changes and you want more. And that once you keep having that sense of like next, I hate to say it, as an artist, it is a very lonely thing inside that you need to feed, if you know what I mean. Which is like, you have to keep, you know, keeping yourself satisfied in this business is hard because the fact that you're like, you know, it's difficult for the best of us. So keep feeding the monster. It's that demon in there of like, you know, what's next, or you know, keep feeding that. You'll never know that. And also, when you feel like you've made success, you possibly are in it's not happening. Because any person who's so successful, like if you look at, I'm thinking about Serena Williams or these other people, they're in their mind they haven't gotten there yet. Right. Still, Like even the most massive people, they're thinking, oh yeah, I love that I have this multi-million-dollar house, but I'm gonna go check out this new house that I want, or this new yacht, and until we have our clientele, we're not really, I mean, you know?
My question was, how do you balance work, school, and makeup?
School and makeup and work. Okay, so what kind of school though?
Well, I did my undergraduate in sociology and anthropology, so I'm trying to that balance between teaching and doing makeup, which is my passion as well.
Okay,
So
so
it's
if
like-
I were you, that sociology, anthropology is the study of people and that kind of thing. Bringing the two together, which is beauty and culture and society, should be your calling. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been talking about that all day, but if you can hone into that on a social level, and that can be really impactful. But how do you balance it all? Something has to wait. Something has to be on the back burner. Like, while I'm doing this show right now, like, certain projects that I really want to pay attention to are just on hold. There's a file, and that file is on hold until I can have more time for it. Or you can have, people around you, like, which is an assistant or a sister or someone who believes in you, who is reminding you, hey, listen, checks and balances. Are you getting this done? Are you making sure you do that? Anything that's time sensitive is always gonna have priority. So school is time sensitive because you have to do certain things in order to graduate. So that's gonna take priority. Your family and your kids always gonna be number one over all this other stuff. And then try to be as impactful in between times. While a lot of us are on the phone, on the subway, we're on the subway listening to music or listening to Drake's new More Life or whatever. You should be listening to an audiobook. You should be listening to, like, using your time as, like, maximizing your time. Like, for example, I'm gonna give you guys a really good book that changed my life. The 48 Laws of Power and the Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. They're both two different books, but I know it sounds really crazy, the Art of Seduction, but it allowed me to tap into other people's, because I'm in the business of people, I'm not in the business of makeup. Like, it's a great, everyone in here probably could do makeup better than I can, I don't know. But I'm in the business of people, and the way you make people feel, they'll fight for you, they'll call you back, they'll make sure they'll remember you. So it's not just about satisfying, oh, I did such a great eyeliner, why didn't she call me back? But how did you make her feel? How did it's that kind of thing. So if you're paying attention to that, you'll have a very long career, and people will break their back to help you.
Can you repeat the book again?
Oh, the books are audiobooks. I like audiobooks because I can listen to them. Robert Greene, Greene, The Art of Seduction, and The 48 Laws of Power.
40 Laws of Power, I heard that, that's great. It's an amazing book.
Yeah, but also it teaches you, these are the stories that it teaches you, I mean, they go back to like Napoleon and Josephine, like Cleopatra and Mark Antony, like these, nothing's new, and so we're just in a new situation, but when you learn like, oh wow, they're trying to play me like they played Christopher Columbus when they're I know it sounds crazy, but
Columbus kind of put a lot of other
there's a line in the book, right? I'm going to show you why this was impactful for me. There's a line in the book that says that Christopher Columbus had a contract that he wanted the Queen to sign. I know this is funny, but he wanted the Queen to sign the contract, and basically she agreed to everything else. But what she said no on was that he wanted a small percentage of anything that the U.S. was going to bring in, which was in the fine print. But that basically would have made him and his heirs the richest people in the history of Earth, And so now when I have an agent, the other day telling me that, oh yeah, we want you to do this and that, but we want to take a percentage. I'm like, okay, percentage of this merger that you're about to do. We have no part of it. We just put you through in an email. I'm like, okay, this is what happened to Christopher Columbus and that. So what I'm going to do is make sure that, okay, you guys can have 10%. But you're gonna have 10% that's gonna expire in 8 months. So but so just knowing these things and knowing you can't know where you're going until you know things that are behind you, So not to get too deep, but those are things I like.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I've been obsessed with trying to get brows out of the Instagram brow moment.
Please.
But
Great.
so what I did is when we were filming Lemonade, if you look at all the brows, if you hashtag SJ brow. I know this sounds funny. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I like the big, bushy, Hansel and Gretel brows, all brushed up. That's sort of where the trend is going right now. It's catching on, but it's not. But it's really editorial, so you gotta be brave to wear it. Long story short, I was like, well, when I'm dealing with women of color, they don't have the fine hair that would easily brush up. So how can I keep that hair up and stay? So I'm on set, someone's putting a lace front on, I use lace front glue, which is like this, you know, and it's clear, it dries clear, but the glue, you brush it in, you have to be really quickly, and then tap it, and it's gonna be there until they wash their faces. So I use, or you can use Elmer's glue stick. So the Elmer's glue stick as a brow gel is like everything, and it's the most beautiful brow. It gives you texture. If someone doesn't have a lot of hair, you can actually color on top of it, and it looks like hair because it gives you texture, you know. Hey, what's up?
As someone in the industry of people,
Yeah.
could you share with us what your best practices are to stay mindful when your mind is full? I read a lot of different books, but I recently also went through an LVMH workshop about mindfulness. So I think that when you're an artist and you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, or you are a personality and you're around other people, it can be very challenging sometimes to keep your mind clear and be mindful of what you need to do, what you need to focus on to make the environment successful.
Yeah, to make the environment successful. Okay, cool. So I like to make people feel good. So I mean, like, and I love all my friends to just feel good and just be happy. And I'm just either I love you or I just don't. I don't know. You know? So there's no in between. I'm either 100% or nothing at all. So in those cases, I'm either in love with everyone in the room or I'm in the corner just like reading or texting or something. I'm not in between space so much. But how do I keep mindfulness of where I should be? So I'm having tunnel vision on what your job is. So I don't care what else is happening, how much chaos is happening. I get really, like for example, like the reason I can do tours with her, and I don't want to do tours anymore because it's kind of crazy, is the fact that in those crazy moments, I get really calm. And I don't know why, maybe it's from seeing so much crazy stuff as a child, or I don't know, but I get so calm that it doesn't matter how much stuff is happening around me. I only am paying attention to what's happening right in front of me, and that she feeds off my calm energy, and she's okay. So, but if I'm all, you know, flustered and stressed out, energy is contagious, and it's going to pour into her, and she's going to go up there, and she's not going to know why she's feeling some type of way. But my job is to bring the anxiety level down on my client, and if you can do that in a really good way, sometimes you have to check yourself. I've walked into so many jobs where I'm like having a really bad day on the phone, or this thing, I'm like, you know, I'm on the backseat going off an Uber, like, you know, about X, Y, Z, or just really hurt that something happened to me or whatever. And then I was like, Mom, listen, I'm talking to my mother, I have to go into the place, I have to get my energy together, let me call you back. Or like, she's calling me to tell me about how my sister didn't call her or this. I can't take that on right now, because I'm about to go into this place, and I know once I step in this door, I gotta be on, or I gotta be chill, or I have to be good energy, good vibes, and I could have had the most horrible day. You know, so it's allowing, you have to realize that I have to hang up everything here, because no one cares about what's happening. No one cares about what's happening at all. Never. They don't really care. People don't, I want to say that they do, but it's not their job to, you know? It's their job to have an even playing field when people walk in the door to service them. So does that make any sense?
Yeah, totally. Thank you.